Here's an exciting subject: demons. We all have our issues with demons. Some say we shouldn't even preach about them, shouldn't talk about them, um, giving the devil props, but they exist. And we always fear them as if they're going to do something or take over us or do us harm. But I think some of us invite them, and I think some of us entertain them, and I think some of us underestimate them, and some of us overestimate them. I think we entertain them when we involve ourselves in the black arts, horoscopes, things of chance, even gambling, abusing drugs, abusing food, abusing anything, abusing sex. It opens us up to be taken over because these abuses or addictions, they're spiritual issues. And we sometimes feel that these are diseases. One can be predisposed for this sort of thing, like with Jacob and Esau. Esau was predisposed to do things which were not of God, and God said God hated him because of his predisposition. And we have predispositions that can make us more susceptible to these sorts of things. And when you find us or people, anyone who has this susceptibility, it's not that they're bad, it's that they're designed for the things of the Lord. And they can easily slip aside if their spirit is not willing. But sometimes the spirit can really want the other thing, and they end up in an Esau type situation. But I'm talking about demons. Demons are always after one thing: to get to get you away from your calling. Anything that gets you away from your calling is satanic, and it can be very subtle. It can be someone who loves you. Jesus said to Peter, "Get thee behind me, Satan," because Peter didn't want Jesus to fulfill his calling, because his calling, fulfillment of his calling would have taken Jesus away from Peter. And this is an innocent thing, and people can love you innocently, yet still deter you from your calling. That's demonic. What I'm trying to say is that it's a subtle thing. It's underfoot, and where it can easily slip and slide into it, it's a slippery slope. But I think one of the main things, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I see it, how demons really have their way with us is through worry. And worry is a type of soul devotion. It's a type of worship. But what we're doing is that we're not given the need our soul needs when our soul worries, and we're not given this worry and this need unto the Lord. And we need to always pray constantly, constantly, constantly. Paul said, "Who shall separate us from the love of God?" He lists all these things, but in the end, he says, "No, we are more than conquerors. We are able to do these things." And when I say we are beset by demons, it's through these little things, these little foxes that come into our minds. Psychology says that we have to stop them and change our thinking, change our mind, which is the same thing as repenting. And by repenting, by being anti demonic, when these things prop up, these worries, these concerns, this anxiety, even this depression, what we have to do is that we just have to instantly pray, instantly pray, instantly pray. Some of our brothers of the word pray at a certain time of day, which is a great thing. But we have to pray constantly. As often as the enemy and the worry pops up, you pray. You constantly pray. You are made this way, a little frail in your spirit, is because you're made to serve God, and you should serve Him. And we can serve Him in many different ways. We can make it ceremonious, but do we serve Him in our closet? Do we talk to Him in our closet? Do we speak to Him when we are worried? And sometimes we feel that these are not things to worry the Lord about, but that's how the enemy gets us. You pray. I don't care if you're worrying about your toe. I don't care if you're worrying about 2 cents. Woman with the mic, she gave hers. I don't care what you're worried about. It could be this tiniest little thing. It's that thing that will faith like a mustard seed. So is demonic things. They could be like a mustard seed too. We have to be very watchful, because they'll gain ground and they'll germinate. So as you go through your day today, as you go through your life, whatever pops up, worries you, whatever you're afraid about, whatever you're concerned about, whatever you think's not going to happen, you pray about it. Confess it, even better. Say to the Lord, "I'm worried about this." Say to God, "I'm worried about that." Ask Him to help you. What this does is that it doesn't make you a weak person. What it does is that it binds you closer. It knits your heart together with the Lord. And that's what he's asking of us, so that we may know him. Oh, taste and see. And as you go through your day, taste and see. Note that you're being attacked constantly, 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 and you're being attacked in your mind and your emotions. And all you have to do to return the attack is to just call it out for what it is, and watch in time and quickly that you achieve that peace that Paul is speaking about, that passes all understanding, and you shall become just as powerful.